And welcome back to the Popcorn Conspiracy on Central Coast Radio. And now, myself, Lee, and Kyle are going to take a look at a brand new thriller called Missing. But this is a film with a difference because Missing follows in the footsteps of movies like Searching and Dashcam, and I guess even going right back to the Blair Witch Project in the sense that it tells the story through the computer of an 18-year-old girl called June, played by Storm Reed. Now, the film opens with a young June with her mother, Grace, played by Nia Long, with her father, James, played by Tim Griffin. It then flashes forward 14 years, I think it is, with a now 18-year-old June finding it difficult living with her mother, Grace Nia Long. She feels that Grace is overbearing with the amount of times that she calls her every day. So she is doing that general teenage thing of not answering calls, not reading messages, and not answering voicemails and things like that. To complicate things even further, now her mother is in a relationship with Kevin, played by Ken Leong, who is a Colombian national. Now, Kevin plans on taking Grace away for a few days in Colombia to meet his family, during which time June is going to be left alone at home. June agrees to pick them up from the airport, fully planning to have a party every day while her mother is away. However, when June turns up to the airport to pick up her mother and also Kevin, nobody gets off the plane. And then the mystery starts. June has to try and find both Kevin and Grace through her computer without ever setting foot in Colombia. Now, Lee, I'll start with you. What did you think of Missing? Like I said, it's an unconventional film because it's told through a computer, which sounds a little bit weird, but what did you think of Missing?
I enjoyed the mystery of the film. I found myself trying to figure out what's going on, and I was quite invested in doing that. I found my mind wandering at times, trying to figure things out. Um, I liked the twists and turns in it. So there's a lot there to keep you invested in the film. I like the relationships between a lot of the characters and the storylines. Um, I thought there was some really cool characters in there, and you'll see when you watch the movie why I think that. Um, but overall, I really enjoyed the film. There are a few things for me that are a bit annoying to me, but that's just a personal annoyance, and it's with any film that does this. Handheld shaky cam, as I call it, just at the start of the film. And there's a reason why that is there. So there's a definite reason for it. So it's not like it shouldn't be in the film. But that always annoys me when it's kind of a film that's got money in it, and I just don't like that look. The ending, though, I just didn't enjoy that quite as much. It just took a turn that I think because my mind itself was wandering, and I thought that it was going to go a different way. And I was a little disappointed in that ending. But that's not to say that it wasn't a good ending. It just didn't go the way that I'd hoped it would. And then some of the camera work as well, just with it coming through the laptop and having that visual, that you're supposed to believe that it's coming through the laptop, that it's supposed to. So, but some of those scenes were then darker or just not as good quality as if, in a film where it wouldn't be going through that technology. But overall, I really did find myself enjoying the film and trying to figure things out. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Now, the film is directed by Will Merrick and Nicholas D. Johnson, who also wrote the film, and it's out in cinemas now. Kyle, what did you think of Missing?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the previous movie Searching, which this sort of acts as a follow-up to. It's not a direct sequel by any means, but a lot of the same creative minds that went in making Searching worked on this. The two directors, Nicholas T. Johnson and Will Merrick, who act as director on this, they were directors of virtual cinematography on Searching, and I really, I really liked Searching because of the just kind of the inventive use of webcam and being able to tell a mystery movie through the basically just through watching somebody on their computer just trying to figure out secrets and trying to hack into Gmail accounts and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's something that like a lot of people understand how much of a pain in the ass it is to try to recover lost passwords and things like that. And the movie really delved into that. And what I thought was a failing of Searching was how predictable the plot was. I thought that it wasn't really as it didn't really keep me guessing quite as much as I would have wanted it to. But Missing, I found really knocked it out of the park as far as that's concerned. I didn't see where this movie was going at all. It kept me guessing the entire time, kept me on the edge of my seat with just how effective its use of well, really, it's kind of a unique style was utilized in the film. It's never boring. Like the way that the framing is, yes, you're mostly viewing the entire thing through June's laptop screen, but the way that the camera the framing, it zooms and pans around to what you're supposed to be looking at, and it never feels like, okay, I'm tired. It never feels like the thrill of the movie is lacking because of the 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 kind of unique style that it goes for. It really was like as thrilling at some points as any Jason Bourne kind of a spy movie at times. And yeah, I thought that the actors in it did a really good job as well. Yeah, and I did have a little bit of a problem with the ending as well. But at having said that, I still have to give the movie credit that I didn't see it coming. I did still think that as far as a narrative, it really did keep me guessing right up to the end. So not only did I think it was a worthy successor to Searching, I think it actually it was even better than it in quite a lot of ways. So I really enjoyed it. What did you think of it, David?
Yeah, look, I found this to be a really interesting film. Like I said before, it felt like an Agatha Christie or a Murder She Wrote episode playing out on somebody's computer. My only issue with the film, I think, was the finale, and I found myself comparing it to this horror film that came out last year called Dashcam, which was told through car dash cams and through a streamer's mobile phone as they were streaming live. And I thought how well Dashcam did that. Perhaps there was elements of the horror that could have been improved, but I felt that the way that they used the technique of using a dash cam or using a mobile phone to capture all of it worked really well. Whereas my problem with Missing was the finale, not because of the story. Like you, Kyle, I didn't see this ending coming, so that really impressed me. What I felt happened though was the film tripped itself up because once it moved out of the apartment, it started to rely on some other sources to be capturing it. And I just felt with the finale that what happened, and I'm trying not to do a spoiler here, that wouldn't have been recorded unless the person was an idiot. So I had a bit of an issue with that. But there was other times during the movie when I thought they did really smart things. One of my favorite performances in this is from Joaquin de Almeida, who plays a character called Harvey, who is basically it has a different name in the movie, but basically an air tasker who's hired through the internet by June to try and find her mum. And I thought that was done really smartly. It was done through his phone, of course, as he's talking to her and going to shops and stuff and searching for CCTV footage. That was done really, really well, and it was believable. But I just found that how the finale was captured wasn't believable for me. But the things that really impressed me about this was the performances. Like I just said, Wakam D. Amida was one of my favorite performances in this. He put in an absolutely brilliant performance. And I think what makes these performances even more special is when an actor turns up to a set and there's lights and there's huge cameras and everything, they're going to put on their A game. But it would be very, very easy for someone like Wakam here to go, well, they're just putting a mobile phone in my face. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm acting, and be down a little bit, but they're not. All the performances here are great. And in fact, I think the way that this is captured makes it more difficult for the actor. I think Storm Reid does an amazing job as June, considering that most of her footage is captured through webcam. Her performance, that to me says a lot. Like I said, you could excuse an actor for turning up to do one of these films and thinking, oh, I don't really have to put in my A game, but they all do with this film, and I think it works really, really well. I guess now it's time to score the film and to see whether or not it's worth going to see. Lee, we'll start with you. What are you going to give this 1 out of 5?
I'm going to give it 3.5.
And Kyle, what are you giving this 1 out of 5?
I'm giving this 4.5. I really enjoyed it. I thought that it would be a just a retread of tired ideas, but I think they really knocked it out of the park as far as a follow-up to Searching goes. So 4.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. I think it's well worth a look, especially if you're someone out there who likes a good thriller or a good mystery or something like that. It's just told in an unconventional way. So yeah, go and check out Missing. It's a general release film, so it should be on in a cinema near you. Check your local cinema times to see what time it's on. But yeah, go check out Missing. You're listening to Central Coast Radio, and you've got the Popcorn Conspiracy.